welcome to Money Mental UK, the channel dedicated to money and mental health. I'm Andrew. I'm broadcasting today from Rider Pole quality webcam, so apologies for that. But I'm joined for another reselling Q&A with the lovely Bex from the Bexify YouTube channel. I'm Andrew, which I have linked to just below. So you might want to put me on mute there.
No, it's driving me mad. Hang on. Okay, I'm ready.
Cool, excellent. So I'm joined by lovely Bex from the YouTube channel Bexify. Bex is a eBay reseller and a beautiful young lady as well. So welcome to the channel.
Hi, thank you for having me, even though I was made to be here, not by my own free will, but I'm here now. So yeah, hello everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, hi Ian. I knew this would happen. But first, before we start, Andrew's got something that he would like to say.
Yes. Hi, Bex. How are you?
That's not what you have to say.
What do I have to say?
What do you have to admit?
Something about Shrek being an ogre.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's true then, yeah? You agree?
I absolutely agree. I've just said that. Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
So who we got in the chat? We've got Rod from Pommy Pickers, BCP, Ian, Richard. Have you managed to get the chat up as well? Is it okay for you?
Yes, I've got it up.
Excellent. So, Bex, tell me about yourself. It's like speed dating with Andrew now.
Oh God. Is this how it's going to go when you go to speed dating?
Yeah. Just tell me about you. Tell me about
a part-time reseller, hoping to become a full-time reseller in the future. Mainly sell clothing, but do other stuff as well. If I see something that's probably going to be worth selling, or I have time to Google it, YouTube it. Not even YouTube it, eBay it. It's me being nervous, and this is why I shouldn't be here. I know Pommy Pickers says run. I definitely should run.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically. I'm hoping to do it full time when I'm able to get enough stock, and obviously when sales start picking up, which isn't anytime soon. But I'm gradually learning. So yeah, that's me.
And what has been what's your favourite to pick up then? Is it clothes or is there other stuff that you particularly look out for? Hi, Yes Lad Media, by the way.
Yes, I do prefer to pick up clothing just because it's easy to list for me. I know a lot of people say that it's not easy to list because there's so many different brands, and obviously there's fakes and stuff like that. And 9 times out of 10, you'll pick something up from a charity shop and it'll have a hole in it by the time you get home, and you won't have seen it. But I find it's really fairly consistent money for me, and I've always just enjoyed it, and it's easy to pack as well. So that's probably my favourite.
I as we know, I am not a clothing reseller, although I did sell a shirt yesterday, which has been listed for only 11 months. That's the standard of my clothing reselling ability. I can get rid of stuff, but it takes nearly a year. But I'm always impressed with the effort and dedication that our clothing resellers put into their work, because it is a tough market out there for the clothing resellers and lots of competition. You know, just from people who are getting rid of their own clothes, never mind reselling other people's.
Yeah.
So what's been your best sale then? Your most memorable?
My best sale, I've actually just sold that. Do you remember that camera that I was talking to you about?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
What were it called? Agfa camera. It was like a movie recording camera, a really old one. I picked that up for £5 and sold it for £50 in the end. So yeah, that sold about 5 days ago, and I haven't heard anything back yet, but I've checked and it has signed for it. So hopefully that stays where it is and doesn't come back to me.
That's a nice sale, that. I remember that camera, yeah, 50 quid from a £5. Job done. That's what the game's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, when you can find stuff like that, it's all right, but they're very few and far between, aren't they?
I think you just sometimes need a bit of luck, a bit of hard work, and an ability to take the knock sometimes when you're doing this as well. Richard is saying he sells clothes now. He sold a pair of jeans. That's it. He's a clothing reseller, he believes now.
You get the bug for it though. Once you start, you tend to find you look out for other stuff, especially the thing that you've sold. You always look out for that brand. You look out for that item. And think, oh, I'll get it again because I know it's sold. And then that's where it starts, and you gradually get more and more. And this is why you need to get into clothing because it's never going to go out of stock.
I just had a positive feedback from somebody who'd bought a pair of jeans off me. He only got about a third off market value as well. So, you know, I'd have been disappointed if he hadn't been giving me positive. Abe says he sold 2 clothing items yesterday. This is just going to turn into... Oh, Richard sold a T-shirt as well. There we go. Look, this isn't going to turn into a clothing channel, folks.
You're talking to a clothing reseller. Of course it is. I have no other...
You've sold the camera. You're a camera reseller.
I'm not though, because that was 1 in a million. I'm not going to find that camera again, and if I do, it's probably not going to be for a 5. It'll probably be for a 10 or something. What make is my webcam? It's actually my laptop camera. I've got a Asus or Asus, I don't even know how you pronounce it, laptop, and it's just a camera from my laptop.
Yes, I'm on my laptop camera as well. But my laptop is powered by Steam. I left the main webcam at home because I wasn't intending on going live, but that was mostly because I was intending on being too hungover to do anything today, and it turns out I'm not. Top clothing seller, two clothing sales. Oh, I've had 4 clothing sales this month, so I reckon that must make me part of the clothing elite now.
It's weird. Over the last week, I've sold more non-clothing than clothing. Weirdly enough.
I do. What have you sold then? Go and walk us through your top 10 sales.
Let me get it up. Right, so obviously the camera, I sold that last week, and I sold. Oh, yes, I guess you could. Well, you could and you couldn't class shoes as clothing. So 2 pairs of shoes. One were pavers, and the other one were what brand were they? I don't think they were branded. The other ones were just like knee-high boots. Very sort of.
I like a lady in knee-high boots.
I'm sure you do.
You model them for us.
The what?
Model. You could model them for us now. We could have modeling with them.
What happened? They've gone. They've sold.
Oh. There's always some excuse.
You've got me here. Is that not enough? I'm not modelling anything for you. This was his evil plan all along. Trying all your different clothes for me.
Clearly. That would make my subscriber numbers and views go through the roof.
No, it really wouldn't. You'd get 10 million times more trolls. I sold a Soap and Glory set for 15 quid. Yeah, that was mine, and I got for Christmas and never used and just didn't want.
Fair enough.
Some Corpse Elite Lanard figures. You know those little, I don't know if anyone knows what they are. Called the Corpse Elite Lanard figures, the little toys, basically, little figures. They went for £13 to Germany. That was my first ever overseas sale. I was so about that, but he gave me really good feedback, so that was good. So yeah, there are a few now. So.
Nice. I could tell you what I've sold in the past week that isn't games if you want, because I have mainly just sold games. But let's have a look. Let's have a sales off. What have I sold that's not games? I've sold. Actually, I won't say that because that's retail arbitrage that you can still get in the shop. I've sold a shirt, a Hollister short sleeve check shirt, brilliantly described and photographed. A Lego stationery set. That went for 40 quid. An Airfix kit for 27. Some duvet covers, 2 of them. I've actually sold a plush, a Lion King plush. There's a lot of games here. Some Narnia playing cards, some fat burner pills, a lightsaber, a book, and some menopause pills, and a Hanes service manual.
Someone's good
stuff as well, but those are a vintage Barbie lights and sounds thing that cost me £2. I sold that for 25.
This is Tilly, by the way.
Hi, Billy.
Tilly, not Billy.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi, Tilly.
Right, you can get your bum out of my face, though.
Tilly is nearly as beautiful as her owner.
She's very beautiful. She's still a little baby. You naughty, are you?
And I believe, Bex, you are moving to a new glamorous location soon.
I am. Oh, my camera's gone a bit weird on it. For me, anyway. Yeah, I'm moving. I'm not going to say where I'm moving, obviously, but I'm moving about 15 minutes away from where I am now. To a really nice 2-bedroom cottage. And yeah, that's the 15th of August. I can't wait. So everything's all over the place. I've got about 10 million boxes in each room. Can't even order my new sofa yet because how ridiculous is this? Wayfair is where I'm getting my sofa from. This has nothing to do with reselling, by the way. Wayfair is where I'm getting a new sofa from. And they don't let you pick the delivery date. They say it will arrive within 7 days. But surely, if you're moving, you want it to arrive on a certain day, but they don't give you that option. And it really annoyed me. That's just really annoyed me.
Can you not just go to DFS instead?
No, because I don't like the sofas. I found the one that I want. I'm ready to buy it, and I can't because it's going to arrive either too early or it's not going to get there in time. And yeah, I would like to pick the date that it arrived. It's in stock and everything, so I don't know what the issue is.
Mad that they've obviously not got a reliable courier service like me. If I was couriering, it would be perfect. I think I got my sofa from an outlet store, and then it collapsed about within a day of me owning it. But that was because the person who put it together wrong. I'm not saying who that person was.
That person was obviously you.
But they did not manage to put it together right. And then they had to come down from the shop to go and fix it all for me.
Oh, God.
It survived since, though, fortunately.
I'm going to get Andrew to do all that stuff because I'm not interested in it in the slightest. I'm just going to go, yeah, it's here now. I'll let you sort that out. I'll just go up to my office and sort that out.
Andrew is Bex's partner, by the way. She doesn't mean me. I would not be fixing anything for anyone. Reese, well, there are certain things I'd like to fix, but we won't go into that. I'll get told off again. So, reselling. What drew you into reselling, Bex?
I think I mentioned this on your last stream as well, actually. I've always done it since I was, I don't know, probably about 17, 18, like really young. Like I'm 27 now, so I've done it for well over 10 years. Is that maths correct? Yeah, so I had to think for a minute then. Yeah, about 10 years. I've always just put stuff on eBay when I've finished using them, or like clothing I've not wanted anymore, or toys or whatever. And I've always I liked the fact that I was getting something back for it rather than just throwing it away. Because I've always been quite big on like recycling and stuff like that and reusing stuff, and I've always preferred to get clothes secondhand rather than buy them new and things like that. So yeah, I've always just done it. And then obviously, as everybody else does, I came across Nick's YouTube channel and figured that it was actually a thing and people were doing it for a living, and that's sort of where I tried to start doing it, and it actually started working. Yeah, part-time wage coming in now, so it works for the most part.
Not bad. Not bad at all. So just gradually sort of building up the stock levels, the business, and then eventually you will become a multi-millionaire clothing reseller.
Well, I would hope so, but I'm a little bit.
Just remember me when you become a millionaire. I will still probably be struggling to get by and clearly in need of massive donations of cash or a holiday abroad. Either one's good.
I'll remember that you won't help me fix up my furniture, or you won't come and visit me at the car boot sale tomorrow. I'm actually doing a car boot sale tomorrow rather than going to one, but I will still buy stuff I always do.
I can't believe what time that thing's starting at. 10 o'clock. That's unreal for a car boot. I want car boots like that around here.
It's actually in a college. The college near me, they sort of, I don't know if they must represent who's in charge, and they have a massive sports hall that obviously they use for sports and stuff at college. And it's sort of if it's raining, we do it in that hall. If it's not raining, you do it outside in the car park. And yeah, it's always on every Sunday. Obviously certain times of year, but it's 9:30, 10 o'clock for buyers, which I think is a little bit crazy because it's quite late in the morning, but whatever works. I'd prefer to have a little bit more lane.
It looks like I'm going to have to do a visit up there one day soon. Experience this late car boot for myself.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's quite small though, so you'd have to look at all the other charity shops and stuff, but there's quite a lot of them up here and they're more decently priced than it sounds like they are everywhere else.
Yeah, the north is definitely better than the south, as we know. Sorry, people of the south, but it's just far too overpriced. Ian has a question for you. That's the tap doctor.
I'm just typing it now, yeah.
I'll put it on
my family are quite supportive. My mum actually watches my videos and she gives me criticism on what I should do better in them. She says, well, instead of holding up the clothing to show what you've got, why don't you actually either model them, which is not happening by the way, or put them on Mannequin so that you can see them. So I actually did that for one video, but it was a lot of effort, so I just went back to my normal way.
I want modelling videos.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, come on, let's have some modelling videos. Next video will be come model with Bex.
I don't even have the patience or the confidence for that type of video.
I think if I decide to pull one of my many boxes of clothes out of the shipping container and actually list it, I might do a modelling video.
You definitely should.
But since I don't do editing, it could be quite awkward.
Didn't you say, I'm hoping it was you that said this, you said that you once tried something on and ripped it?
Yes.
Yes. So
I tried to model a lady dress. I only spend more than £1. Hey, DBG, double karma. I never spend more than £1 on a piece of clothing anyway. So, you know, if it's damaged, it's only cost me £1. And as we know, I'm a top clothing reseller. So I have made many fantastic clothing sales. About a dozen, in fact. Right, okay. Yeah, so DBT John is cool. So, who are your reselling inspirations then? You've mentioned Nick and Andrea as first time we got you started into it. Who else do you sort of regularly look to for advice, guidance, and support?
Well, I always watch Karen Tells Clothes. She's one of my favourites as well. I really like her Monday videos, and I think she did one this afternoon as well, and I was all over that. Who else do I watch? I watch Donna, which is the Pinbox, I believe her YouTube name is.
Yeah.
Basically, anyone who does reselling. Generally more females than males, and I don't know why. It's obviously probably because they do clothing more than men do.
Yeah.
But it's not a sexist thing at all. But it's more the fact that more women tend to sell clothing than men. So any female clothing reseller that does videos, I've probably watched and probably watch on a regular basis. But yeah, Karen Sells Clothes, Andrea, they're probably my main two, and then anyone else that I come across. All the other seller ladies, obviously, they're all included. Like Caroline, I watch her videos.
Yeah.
Kelly, when she does lives about what she's picked up and things like that. Yeah.
Excellent. So none of those were me. I'm disappointed.
Obviously, I'm here for every live, but you do some more clothing.
No. I'm a gaming seller. That's what I sell. Games, the future. DBG had a question for you. How did you discover reselling?
Just through YouTube. As I said, I've always done, like you would call it reselling to some extent, but my own stuff for the last 10 years. And then I don't know how I came across it, actually. I must have been looking for it in some way or another because I found it on YouTube. Came across just one of Nick's normal videos, not clothing related, and that's sort of how I dig deeper and went and found other stuff. And yeah, then I decided to take it a little bit more serious.
And Lisa has clearly not been watching from the start because she's asking you the same questions I've already asked. So what's been your favourite sale so far? I guess that's slightly different from your best one.
Oh, my favourite sale is actually different from my best. My favourite was actually a couple of months ago, I think it was. I found some Looney Tunes, they're like men's braces. Sorry, men's braces that you sort of attach to your pants and they hold you up. And I found them in a charity shop for £1.50. I sold them for 30.
Nice.
So they were pretty good, and they were really, really cute as well. Like there were nothing like them on eBay, so I had to pretty much guess the price and just assume that they'd either get picked off or they wouldn't, and they did within about 3 days. So I may have undersold them, but a lot of the ones that I did see in different designs were all going overseas, and this one stayed in the UK. So
good going. Ian had a question for you as well. He says, Bex, have you tried retail arbitrage? What was it? So I'm assuming the what was it is he's assuming you have done the retail arbitrage.
Yeah, I have tried it, but I'm not friends with Amazon at the minute. Me and Amazon have fallen out, and I'll tell you why in a minute, but we're not talking right now. Basically, I bought a lot of Toy Story stuff a couple of months ago when they were really cheap in Sainsbury's for like 20, 50, 70p, like Toy Story mugs and stuff, because I knew the new film was coming out and I thought that might be worth picking up. And they were scanning at like £10, £15 on Amazon. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. It doesn't get anywhere. I'm definitely going to make more than 10, 20p back off it. So I picked them up, sold one of them. I've got a couple left, but I sold one of the mugs, which has like stationery and stuff inside it. That one was 50p. Sold it for £12, I believe, plus postage.
Wow.
So I've got £11.4 coming back. But my issue with Amazon right now is the fact that because I didn't do it by FBA, I did it by, I sent it myself rather than giving it to them. Only for like 3 weeks, which is ridiculous. And I've got to wait until the 8th of August to get this £11.4p, which is driving me mad. So, and I think if I do it again, I'll have to do FBA because that's probably going to be the best way about it.
Oh, you still have a 2-week wait then, to be fair.
Yeah.
They'll make you wait for a penny. In the meantime, it's sitting in their bank accounts, adding to the millions they've already got.
That's what I mean.
They're not stupid.
They said, when I emailed them about it, they said that it was because if the buyer decides they want a refund, they hold that money back to give it to them if they need to. But it's been about a week and a half. I think if that were going to happen, it would have happened by now. But it just seems like a bit of a stupid reason. But whatever. I mean, I put tracking information and everything on it so they can see that it's been delivered. But they're like, no, we've got to wait this long because you're fulfilling it yourself and blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Oh, well. Ian's saying he does his RA on eBay. I do a lot of RA on eBay as well. Tend to make okay money from it. Jeff had a question. Do you guys buy and sell electronics? I've watched George's videos, but I'm wary of buying. So I think it means George Ross probably there. I do. I've always bought and sold electronics, but smaller ones that tend to go sort of small parcel. I have got some larger size electronics in stock at the minute, which I need to get listed. Got some video recorders and some stereos and stuff. But I say listed, tested, first, and then listed. And I do sell televisions, but I sell those on Facebook Marketplace, and I'll either deliver them or get them collected from home. I don't skip TVs, to be honest, because I can make enough money selling them on Facebook without having to worry about shipping them. And Bex has just sold a camera, so she has done some electronics too.
Not much, but I literally only pick it up if it's cheap enough that if it isn't worth anything and I can't check at the time, I can make something back off it. Otherwise, I don't really bother because my knowledge just isn't there.
And Rod is saying he used to be a bass player in a thrash metal band when he had long hair and a beard. Unbelievable.
That's quite cool.
Have you ever been in a band, Bex?
No, I can't sing or dance. So I used to play guitar in school, but that was only because I fancied my guitar teacher.
Oh, fair enough.
I wanted more one-on-one time with him, so I used to just have guitar lessons after school so I could spend time with him, and then realised that it was kind of weird, so I stopped doing it.
So you didn't become like the next Led Zeppelin or anything?
No, not quite.
Led Zeppelin did play the guitar, didn't they? I've not made that up.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay, that's good. DBG says, move over, everybody. She's got a new favourite reseller. She's obviously talking about me. Can be anyone else. Armageddon, the greatest pub band that never gigged. Fair enough. Right. Okay. Yes, more questions. So, if you could, no, actually, we won't do that one. I'll avoid controversial questions.
Probably.
If you could live anywhere, where would you live?
Alaska or Canada.
So
somewhere's
cold.
When it's cold, it's really cold, yeah. Because I really don't like the heat, and I'm not just saying that because it's summer. I thrive when it's cold and windy and wet and miserable. I love the rain. I'm probably one of the only people who would go out and just walk in it for the fun of it. So yeah, I really like cold weather. So anywhere that's really cold and has nice views, because I'm very into sort of scenic places. What about you?
I would probably go to LA. I think the people of America need to experience me and the joy that I would bring to their lives on a daily basis. I'd have my own talk show and everything. I'd be like, yeah, I think there are good reselling opportunities there as well. There's some great thrift stores.
I'd imagine it'd be quite pricey though.
It's not that expensive, really. Supermarkets are more expensive than our supermarkets. Everything else is cheaper. Question: on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love Halloween?
12.
Oh,
I love Halloween. It's the best season other than Christmas.
It is so annoying. All that happens is that kids turn up on my door wanting freebies and then start crying when I tell them to go away.
All you have to do is go to the shop, go to Tesco and buy a big bag of sweets.
No, they're not having anything to me.
Coming out. They can have one each. You're spending £1, you make your child happy.
No.
I really like Halloween. It's
fun. Need to learn.
Focus is on like every other day as well, so.
No, they need to learn that if they want something, they've got to go out and work for it themselves. They can't just rely on handouts from strangers.
It's a fun little activity thing. It's once a year. You can teach them all that all the other times of the year.
No, they get told to go away.
Yeah, Andrew's a bit like that as well. He's a bit of a Grinch as well. So when people do come round and knock at Halloween, he tends to turn all the lights out and say, just go upstairs because I don't want to deal with it. And I always have to come down and answer the door, and he's just like, no, go away. But yeah, no, I quite like it.
I might wear my Shrek mask and scare him. They open the door, I'll just roar at them.
So you've been festive now, at least.
I will have them back up. Right, do you know what they should bring back? Right, workhouses. We should have workhouses back. That would be a proper, because the economy's about to tank anyway. Now we've got Boris in charge, and we're leaving the European Union and whatever else. Let's get some workhouses back. If they do that, I'll give them some sweets.
No.
Rebecca says, give the trick or treat as a discount. I could be handing out 25% off discount vouchers.
Just put a card on the front door, so when they knock on it, just say, you've got to subscribe to my YouTube channel and you can have a packet of sweets.
Yeah. There you go.
Get your subs.
Irish person in the chat, don't talk about workhouses. I don't think they have workhouses in Ireland anymore, Leon. I think they have now gone, as I understand it. Ian reckons they should bring back national service. Here we go. We've already gone into the politics now. Right. So, if you could sell anything, would it be clothes, or would there be any other market that you would like to get into?
Yeah, I think I would stick with clothes because I do enjoy it, and I enjoy finding stuff. And while I'm shopping for, potentially other people, I can be shopping for myself, and I don't feel like I'm going extreme on what I'm doing. So I can always pick stuff up for myself, and then if I don't like it, sell it. But I've always enjoyed having loads of different clothes, and it's really good as well if you've got like a wedding or an event coming up, and you think, oh, I need a new dress. I'll just go and have a look in my stock, see what I can borrow, and put it back after. It does save you some money at some times of the year, but yeah, I do quite enjoy that. But I would like to have like at some point, not right now because I'm still enjoying going out sourcing it, but would like to have like someone who I can get my stock off at like a good price and then do it that way, because that would be how I would build it up. A bit like what Karen does, where she gets clothing every week and then works her way through it, because then it's like a little bit of a mystery bag, which I think sounds really good. But yeah, I do like the sourcing part of it as well. So
I do like going out sourcing, but I don't know how you're finding it these days. But charity shop sourcing does seem to be getting harder. But oh, wow, you've blown me away. Let's take the glasses off there. Bex looks hot, doesn't she? I do find charity shops harder to source from these days. I go to Car Boot, I can pick up everything I need in an hour or two, and I've got stock for the week. The charity shop, to get the same amount of stock would take an entire day.
It's one of those, like my local charity shops at the minute have been really bad for stock. I'm going in and finding the exact same thing every single thing. I'm not finding anything interesting. I don't know how to look now, so I can't see. My eyes are slow adjusting. Yeah, I'm struggling to find new stock and reasonably priced stock as well, because there's just nothing worth picking up. So it's a bit worrying, really, especially on the whole clothes front, because it's all Sainsbury's and Tesco and Primark, and that's not really what I want to be reselling.
Yeah, that's exactly the stuff I wear. You could sell to me. What do you have any sort of brands that you look out for then, in particular?
I look out for Phase 8, Borden, Laura Ashley. If I see Laura Ashley, my eyes glow up, but as soon as I see it's past £5, I put it straight back down. Just because I've got a certain threshold that I like to spend, because I know what I sell stuff for. I don't go overboard with them, but I like to sell them for a decent amount of profit. Yeah. So if I think it's going to bring me £30, then I'm happy to spend up to about 8 to 10. But I'm cringing at that. I don't like to spend more than £5 on anything that's a decent brand.
If I'm buying clothes, it must cost £1 or less. That's the only thing that's the only amount of money I spend. If it's more than £1, it ain't getting bought. Not anymore anyway. I've been burned too many times. Ron, on the question, which charity do you find the dearest? My local mine shop charge 3 to 4 times more than any others. Cat protection for me, charge a fortune.
Am I answering first? Yeah. Charity shop, which I find the dearest, is going to be what everybody thinks is the dearest, which is cancer research. Is that cancer research? No, British Heart Foundation. That's what I'm thinking of. I think I've only ever been there once and bought something, and every other time I've been in, the prices have just been ridiculous. They want what you would pay new for stuff, or next to new, or what a retail shop would put in a sale. It would never be something that someone would go in because they really desperately need clothes and can't afford to pay them prices. So there isn't much resale value in terms of that. I can't really see what other stuff would be worth in terms of if it's worth picking up. But I would generally say that that's probably the worst one. And Age UK can be quite bad as well for me.
I think it depends. Some of it's usually quite area specific as well. There's a British Heart Foundation in Wrexham. It's quite expensive. I go down the road to the one in Mould. It's more reasonably priced, but it's the same chain, so very strange.
Yeah.
But Mind, I've been to some. I went to a branch of Mind in Stockton Heath, near Warrington, and it was ridiculously expensive. But there's other branches of Mind I've gone to that have been perfectly fine. So it's I don't know. It's weird. Cancer research sometimes can be expensive. Other places they've got like a £3 max spend thing going on. So it's strange.
We never got anything like that. There's only been one charity shop I've been in where it's had a pound rail, and that's my local one. And now they don't put anything decent on it. It's all the Primark and stuff that have got holes in and stains on. And everywhere else is at least £4 or £5 plus, which is quite bad for not where I'm from, because generally things used to be quite cheap when I first started doing this. But it seems like they're all clicking on and knowing that people want to pay. Well, they will pay up for stuff if they want it.
Yeah. What was I going to say? You should come to Wrexham. I'll take you to our £1 for a clothing charity place. Don't matter what brand it is or anything. I picked up Fred Perry, Ralph Lauren, Hugo Boss. I picked up brand new with tag stuff before, all for £1.
This is why you should be reselling clothing. I'm coming up now. I'm coming down where I don't even know where I am in the world. I'm coming up there anyway.
You come visit me. I'll give you free accommodation in Nolan Towers. Hi, Jasmine. DBG says Oxfam is brutal. Yeah, Oxfam's another expensive one as well. They do when they have a sale on, stuff tends to come into it like a decent price, but there seems to be pricing off eBay a lot in Oxfam. Rebecca says she's got an amazing charity shop that has a £1 rail with Phase 8, Laura, Ashley, M&S, Uniqlo, etc. I've got a Uniqlo shirt, which I should list at some point. Very good. My local Lords went pretty dear, so ran the shops pretending to be Loro's, not a chain I've heard of, pretending to be for another Loro's, and asked for the eBay link. They gave it over, so I now shop from home with them. Fair enough. I do a lot of sniping off eBay. Oxfam Blue Cross is more expensive down south. £35 for a Hugo Boss shirt, £4 a game. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Ralph Lauren t-shirt at the minute. I think I am anyway. Am I? Or am I not? Maybe I'm not actually. Ooh, I'm wearing a Marks and Spencer's t-shirt. They got the Cheshire Oaks for £1. So never mind that.
Still not. Marks and Spencer sells. Depending on what it is, it does sell.
Oh yeah, no, I don't doubt it. I've sold Marks and Spencer stuff before. No, I just bought this when I was a lot thinner. So I'm surprised it still fits. That was my surprise. So yeah, we talked about your favourite brands. Where are your favourite places to source from then? Is it the charity shops? Is it the car boots? Is it online?
I don't do online. I should. I've looked into it a few times, but I can never find anything decent, because I find that if I'm trying to source stuff from eBay, there's 10 other resellers that are doing the same thing. So they're going to outbid me on what I'm trying to get. So 9 times out of 10, unless it's something that's buy it now and really, really cheap, you've got to see it when you see it. But
yeah,
I don't really bother with that, because there's never anything worth getting, in my opinion anyway. Or I don't come across it. But I tend to do charity shopping more than anything. Like me and Andrew went to Skipton yesterday again, like we did a couple of weeks ago or a month ago. So generally days out to different areas, going to Preston for the day, going to Burnley for the day, because Burnley's quite local to me, and then obviously my hometown as well. Just charity shops are my main, but car boot sales are very, once a week type thing. They only ever do them on a Sunday, and it's a very small car boot, so I couldn't rely on that to be my source of income, because 9 times out of 10 I'm not going to find something. So yeah, charity shops.
Fair enough. Almost every charity shop I go in now has advertising asking for eBay experts. They're getting so wise to resellers. Wouldn't be surprised if a lot of work for the charity in the Facebook groups. Yeah, we have had a few charity shop managers and whatever. We watch the YouTubes and go on the Facebook groups and stuff. So yeah, it does happen. Ron's got a question. RA, how do you do it? Every time I look at B&M, etc., the price is already there. They might fetch on eBay. You've got to be, you've basically with the RA, like Bex was saying earlier, you know, picking up the Toy Story stuff when it was on clearance, holding on to that until an appropriate time and listing it then. You've got to be alert to upcoming trends, you know. So, for example, in January, I was selling a lot of fitness related products and health food supplements and stuff because everybody was like, oh, I've got to get all this Christmas weight off and stuff. This time of year I'm picking up more sort of collectible figures and such like and selling those for a profit instead, because there's always a collector's market out there. Coming to January sales, I'll pick up loads of board games and whatever, which I'll probably sit on until Christmas and sell them on. So it's all about timing. You can still get stuff in B&M and whatever, but I never bother looking at the stuff that they're charging full price for. I look at the stuff that they've already reduced and that they're struggling to sell. The dead stock, people call it, because actually quite a lot of that stuff there's an online market for, but there isn't necessarily a market for in the local area, maybe because there's not that many collectors around here, say. But online, you're appealing to a market of, you know, millions of people, aren't you? So there is a bit more buyers there. Hopefully that answers your question a bit, Rob. Aid's got a question for you, Bex.
Question: when are you going to dump Andrew so that you can go out with Andrew asking for a friend? He's asked me this before. When he starts becoming a douchebag, I would say, which isn't happening at the moment. No, and my Andrew's really good. I've been with him for about 2.5, nearly 3 years now, and he's helped me through a lot of issues that I've had. So I'd never do anything to upset or hurt him in any way, shape, or form, and I'm quite happy. But if we can readdress this question, Ian. Okay, up until then, we need to keep our mouth quiet in the nicest way.
Jeff says he's going to start dabbling in electronics. Chris, don't want to go out with me anyway, because I cause issues, not solve them. That's my special talent. Hi, Matt. Retro Reselling 82 has just joined us. He says hello. That's cool. Is there then a market that you don't know anything about but would like to know about in terms of reselling?
Sorry, say that again. I'll read in the chat.
Is there a market that you're not currently in terms of reselling, but you would like to be in, but perhaps a little scared or nervous to go into?
Probably more electronics, I would say, or gaming stuff, a bit like what you do. Like, I'd like to be able to pinpoint what's good to pick up and what's not without having to research every single little thing, because you see a lot of games and you see a lot of electronics, and you know, sometimes you can see a brand that you've never heard of and it can be worth loads of money, and you don't know until you watch Joe Dross's video the next week and be like, oh, I should have picked that up.
Yeah.
You'll show a few games that I've seen about for cheaper than I would generally see them, and know that you're getting $12.99 for it, and I could have picked it up for 50p, and then you just kick yourself afterwards. So I'd like my knowledge to be there a little bit, because there's a lot of it, and I know it'd be easy to source, but because there's so much of it, it's hard to know how much things are worth without researching every single little thing.
Yeah, I don't tend to do a lot of research, I must be honest. As we know, I do mine live on the internet. My strategy is always, if it's dead cheap, I've bought it for a cheap enough price, I'll sell it on. I even source games from CEX and cash converters as well. That's usually, you know, I'll pick them up for I might have a bag over here. I've got a load of games here that I've picked up for about 10 or 20p. People always say, for example, stay away from sports titles and stuff like that. And yeah, it's true you don't get as much money out of him, but you can still make some decent. You can still make a decent return. I mean, I've got a game here. Pirates of the Caribbean costs 10p. I probably get about £2 or £3 for it. Red Faction 2, 20p again. A couple of sports titles at 10p each, but I'm still on that bundle that's cost me what, 20, 30, 60p. I'll probably make about £5 or £6 profit on it, so I'm happy enough with that. Dead easy to list. Just scan it in, upload a photo, job done. And then obviously I pick up some more expensive stuff as well that's worth a bit more. And then a DVD, which is £1, which hopefully I'll go for about 7 or 8, which I did research as this is new and sealed. So it's worth, if you see something new and sealed, giving it a little scan to see if there's money in it.
I made the mistake of buying a massive bundle of DVDs from a car boot sale about 4 months ago. Bear in mind, I started actually reselling as an income about 6 months ago, so it was at the very start, maybe a bit longer actually, about 8 months. And I got about, I think there must have been about 50 or 60, maybe a little bit more DVDs, and I paid £2.50 for them. And although that may not seem like a lot, they were all complete duds, and I ended up just selling them for £5. I got the money doubled because I got someone to pick them up from my home for a £5, but they were all, they were nothing. They weren't even worth sending into, to take them. So again,
scanned. When I first started doing reselling, I used to buy those bundles. I'd buy them for a £5 or whatever off the Facebook, scan them in, send the good stuff off, and then the rest of it I'd sell back on the Facebook again for a £5 bundle.
Yeah.
But it used to take, I'd spend an hour or so scanning through hundreds of DVDs, and I'd only be making, a tenner or something like that. So I decided it wasn't worth the time in the end.
Time, is it? That's what it got to a point where I probably could have. I think I sold about 2 of them because there were 2 sealed ones in there, and those 2 went on eBay for about £5 and £6 each. So I definitely made a profit, but it would just frustrate me that all the other stuff that I had was just sitting there and wasn't even getting looked at. And I noticed it had about 5 views on it, and it'd been up for a week. And I thought, do you know what? This needs to just go in the bin. I'm getting sick of seeing it. So I just got rid. And now I've got a vengeance against DVDs for some reason.
So it's a bit like me and clothes then, is it? Evil things.
You have no reason to dislike clothing.
I sell it. It sells for profit, but it just takes so long to sell that I just can't be asked. I like stuff that, like I can list a game today, it'll be gone by tomorrow. The sell-through rate's ridiculous. So
they don't take a lot of room up though.
No. And with clothes, I've got to fold it, I've got to iron it, I've got to measure it, I've got to wash it sometimes.
You should make a small list of brands that people will say are really good to look out for, and just look for them. And if you see them at a cheap price, try and sell them. But yeah, you can't just say that clothing's rubbish and that you hate it when you haven't really given it a go, because clothing, there's a lot. Some at DVG said yesterday, actually on a live, said clothing can be ridiculous money if you know what you're selling.
Oh, there's Mandy, can't remember her name now, but I know Mandy does like ridiculous amount of sales and clothing and whatever. I've no doubt there's money in it. It just bugs me. As you can tell with my appearance, I wear like the first thing that comes to hand. I think you've got to have a passion about it, and I think that's what makes the difference.
I guess.
And anyway, I'd like to date a clothing reseller. It's much easier if I can date one I'm not in competition with.
Or somebody who can go out and get you cheap clothes.
Either way, that would be good. Jasmine says dresses sell well, she finds. brandy with tags. Marks and Spencer's dresses always do well for her.
Yeah, Marks and Spencer does really well for me as well, actually. Dresses in particular.
Fair enough. And Double Karma says she mainly does ceramic pottery and glassware. It's another market that I don't really touch very much. I've got a bit of knowledge in it, but I just it takes me too long to package the stuff because I'm packaging it to survive a nuclear explosion, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I don't know what's going on in the chat now. I've lost track.
I found a really good clothing item at the car boot last weekend. Actually, I found a Jack Vert top for 50p, and I sold it about 3 days ago for 15 quid. So that were a nice little flip, and that was a quick sale.
Oh, there you go. You see,
so it can be done.
I can guarantee to you, right? Whatever piece of clothing I list will take at least 6 months to sell. Doesn't matter what it is; it'll take at least 6 months to sell.
Yeah, but you need to be looking at your pictures then, or the words that you're using in your list.
Pictures. With a game, right? All you got to do. Hang on, I'll find one that's open. All I've got to do. I'll find one. Why did I say all these things? Here we go. All I've got to do is take the disc out, take the manual out, put the manual next to the case, disc just below, take a picture, job done, upload it. Don't need any more than that.
Why don't you get a female mannequin and then you've got a little curvation thing to stare at as an ornament?
I've got Manny the mannequin, Manny the gender confused mannequin. It's all there, and I have to say 50% of the clothing that I've listed on Manny has actually sold. I've done 4. I put 4 items on it, and 2 of them are gone. The other 2 haven't. Yeah, no. It's never gonna grab me.
Yeah.
I'll still do it. I'll still list clothes because I've got boxes full of them because that's all I used to pick up in the charity shops. Because as I say, I used to get them for £1. I still do get clothes for £1, so I've got boxes full of this stuff. But how dare you, Rod?
I was just reading that.
Hi, Chris. Ian says he's bought a bundle of clothes, 30 items last October. Had them an auction. Buy it now, high, low, and still got 22 items 9 months later. That's exactly the same as me, Ian. For some people, it goes well. For others, it doesn't. The extreme boot is Jimmy was saying now he's not picking up any more clothes because they never seem to achieve the prices they should. So
yeah, but again, it completely depends on your listing. If you put in decent keywords and if your pictures are good, if it's something that's going to stand out from other people's listings.
Exactly, and because we are because we are lazy male resellers, we don't do any of that. I'd happily just put shirt in for a listing. That would do me. I'd be fine with that.
Well, that's why it's still there, like a year later or whenever.
Oh no, I've gone through. I've put keywords in and whatever. I've researched it, but yeah, no.
I tell you what, when I come to visit you and we go around all the charity shops, we'll go back to your house.
Oh yeah.
And I'll show you. Oh, here we go. And I'll show you a list that you can get some of your clothing out, and I'll put it on the mannequin, and I'll photograph it for you, and I'll word it for you, and we'll see if it sells.
Deal. Hey, okay. We've got a money mention challenge there. Bex is going to sell some clothing.
If it doesn't sell within 2 cycles, I'll eat my words.
Fair enough. We've got a deal.
And I'll say that Shrek is, you know what?
Shrek's a troll. We know Shrek is a troll.
Okay, that's our deal.
All right, you're on. 2 cycles clothing. If it sells within 2 cycles, I'll buy you dinner. How about that?
Sounds good to me. But then you've also got to say that I was right.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Ian wants you to go to Yorkshire to see him.
Oh, Ron. Bex, if I will try them on for you if you're looking. So, buy Skimpy. Please, Ron. He's not encouraging.
Revealing is what we need, Ron. Revealing. I don't think I've got any. I have got a bag of ladies' clothes. I've got a couple of bags of ladies' clothes from a filler bag for £1. So, your luck might be in there.
I'll have a rummage through and see what we can find.
And apparently you've got to go to Stoke too to see Aid. So you're doing a world tour here of the UK reselling community now.
World tour, sorting everyone's clothes out for him.
Yeah. None of us. Oh, it's all the men as well that are asking here. It's none of the ladies. They're all.
I know it's starting to sound a little bit sinister to me.
Oh, none of the ladies.
I'm not from Yorkshire, actually. I was born in Yorkshire, believe it or not.
Yeah, fair enough. I thought you were going to get a bag of. So you got a couple of bags of ladies' clothes from the clotheslines. No, I did not. I bet Andrew has a pallet. Thank you, BCP. I did not. Although if Bex takes her glasses off again, that's it. I can't speak.
This is my shield.
Your shield, is it?
Yeah. No, do you know what? I'm actually going back to contact. Not be wearing these anymore.
Oh.
They make my face look weird.
I can't cope with putting stuff in my eyes, to be honest. Whether it be eye drops, contact lenses, or whatever, it just does something to me. It's not good.
No, I don't mind it because I'm constantly putting eye drops in because I get really dry eyes. So I'm always on my eyes. But yeah, I just found that these are a bit more convenient and easy. And yeah, I'm just lazy when it comes to my contacts, to be honest.
If I take my glasses off now, that's it. The ladies of the chat now are unable to speak because my handsomeness, my hunk nature has just come through. So I have to keep wearing them. Right. Anyway, we have done our hour nearly. I've got a couple more minutes. Have you got any upcoming YouTube videos on your channel, Bex? Tell us about Bexify, the YouTube channel.
I'm currently editing one actually, just like a charity shop pickup video. And I was supposed to do a sales video a while back, but I'm trying to figure out how to do the share screen thing so you can actually see what I'm showing, but have me in like the corner. I don't know how to do it, so you have to show. I've
got a video on it. I've got a video on it. I'll send you a link to the video.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that because I wanted to do a sales video as well because I've had some pretty decent sales over the last month. And some stuff that you wouldn't really expect to go for it's gone for, so they'd be quite interesting to show. But yeah, I've got a video coming out in probably the next 2 or 3 days, whenever I can bother to edit it properly. Yeah, just a clothing video from the charity shop.
All right, okay. So I watched the sales video. I can't promise the clothing video will be watched.
Have you watched my my little holiday vlog yet?
I haven't watched that yet. I was going to watch that today, actually. That is on my watch list.
And I look at all the lovely views.
Yeah, you'll make me jealous. I love the Lake District. It is my favourite place to go. I've not been there for so long now. It's ridiculous. All right.
Yeah, we're really cheap to get there as well because my sister's partner works for like the train company, so we got us like a £7 day pass, so we could get there from here, which just saved us about 30 quid each, which was really good. So
fair dues. Did you get any good? Did you make any good pickups when you're up there?
A few, not many, but they'll be shown in my my next video. You'll have to wait and see.
No spoilers. All right. Anyone got any questions in the chat for me and Bex before we disappear? Power of my influence has forced Bex to come live on YouTube for all of you. I think she's done a wonderful job.
No, I don't think anyone's got any more questions.
Yeah, you've got to give them time to type. Most of them are typing on their phones here. You need to give them at least 2 minutes to work out where the keyboard is. Where's your next holiday destination of choice then, Bex?
Of choice or realistically?
Possibly both.
Well, I'd like to go to America,
Oh, yeah.
but that's not going to happen anytime soon because I want to do all like thrifting like over there. That's like my ideal. But realistically, it's probably going to be somewhere like, I don't know, probably another UK holiday somewhere nice.
North
But I
Wales.
will come and see you.
Excellent.
How long have you been reselling? About 6 to 8 months, but overall about 10 years.
Nice. And already you're getting better sales than me. Job done.
That's because I'm selling clothing.
No, oh, there you go again. No. You may be the last clothing reseller that appears here. Who knows?
Why is
This
that?
could be it.
Where's Louise anyway? I've not seen Louise on the scene for a while.
I have no idea, to be honest. I don't know. When did I last speak to her? Yesterday. She said, obviously, her birthday yesterday, wasn't it? So she was saying happy birthday to me, but I don't know what she's up to at the minute. Oh, well, Andrew look for bikinis and tight dresses. Quite right, Ron, sorry, quite right. Hi again, Kirsten. How are you? Ian says his dad was born in. I might convert Andrew to a clothing reseller. I tell you what, it's not an easy job. That many have tried.
Wait till I get over there. I'll convert him. All right.
I'll see. We'll see. All right then. Thanks everyone for joining us. This was the lovely Bex from Bexify, the YouTube channel. Do give her a subscribe. There's a link to her YouTube channel in the description. And you've been watching me, Money Mental UK. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And we are.